like setting up the stream on all platforms is like such a slow process. I'm considering, like, no joke, hold on. I'm considering reinstalling Stream Elements just so I can like change all the titles at once, because it's so annoying going through every software to do this. There we go. Should be good like that. Yeah, glad it could be. Oh yeah, good. Yeah, good Blue. Good on you. That just, it kind of gives me a scope too with how much money I'm gonna have to set aside to get mine fixed. Hopefully that was well within your budget. Now all you have to do is wait. There we go. Vertical key, and now we just connect the YouTube vertical. Oh, I forgot to click auto start. Oh, it's okay. I already had that at the ready. Cool. There we go. Things should be good, question mark? Yes. Things are good on all fronts. It's always the case that there's always like so much more I want to get done in a day, you know? Didn't get nearly as much done today as I wanted to. I got a video recorded for tomorrow. That's good. Oh my gosh. Hearing my voice. There we go. Awesome. My connection's even great. Sweet. This laptop gets like really good Wi-Fi for some reason. Better than my desktop did, I think. Alright, so today, one of the things I want to do is, if I can get StreamerBot to show up. Boom. You'll notice we've done another thing. It's called Toast Chat. What it does is it takes OBS raw data and it filters that, and then it gives us a, we can actually hit action history here, inspect variables after run. I don't know if you can see this window. You cannot. I should probably just share my entire screen. I get like paranoid to like flash my IP or something, that's all. Shouldn't be a huge deal. Observe. Okay, so you'll notice it shows the variables of stuff we have. We have like OBS raw filter settings opacity. That is the opacity. An opacity filter I've pre-set up on OBS studio mode in the chat. So if we go to chat box, you can see that now we have chat toast bread, chat toast, and chat toast burnt. And then we have a chat burnt like text because if it's too dark you won't be able to see the chat, so I had to make it white instead. Vertical. There we go. The chat box to be a little bigger, I think. I need to be a little shorter over here, I think. Well, I want to be in front of it. But, like, I need to be a little smaller. There we go. Well, maybe a little bigger. So my ears are barely in it, you know? Now we move the display capture to be... well within frame. And then bam, now you can see. Okay. So, what I need to figure out is a few things. Because what I could do, because if you'll see, we pull the data, we check if this opacity is greater than 0.99999, it plays a lava sizzle sound, because that's when the toast will be burnt. Great. And if it doesn't, it turns the opacity up. Right now it's by 10% at a time, but we're going to turn that down to like probably 1%. 100 fire emojis in chat. So, in order to read that, I need someone to send a fire emoji. Can I just bring this up? I can. Oh, is that it? Is there no, like... Can somebody just send a fire emoji? Or was that it? Because I don't if it's that box, that's no good. Hello, Lagoshi fan. Oh my gosh, I'm doing good today. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Toasty Bunch. I hope you enjoy your stay. We're fixing some stream stuff up. Because I like to share the process. Can I just? No, that just shows the message types. I need a fire emoji. Hold on, I'm gonna kill my stuff first. So if I just send a basic, like, fire emoji, boop. Okay, I can just pull the fire emoji. Perfect, that's what I need. Oh yeah, ask any question you like, no problem. Yeah, I just need to be able to copy it, because I think we can create a command that checks for the fire emoji. Yes! It's gonna be fire! It's going to be anywhere. Unfortunately, this only reads from Twitch. We can also make it a YouTube message, but we can't read from TikTok chat, which is sad. So I'm gonna need to create a separate way to do that later, which I'm not looking forward to. Find live furry creators and use auto clickers to support with likes. Oh my gosh. I mean, if you like to, by all means, thank you. And then again, I don't know how I feel about auto clickers. I don't know how I feel about you botting my chat. I'm kidding. It's fine. It's fine. Burger time. Burger. Yeah, you can see that I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. Am I furry? I am. I am. Yes. So, what am I grabbing here? This is the display, right? Oh, it's because I'm in the vertical sources. I want to lock that down. Lock that as well. Just easier if I can click around my screen and like not drag stuff around. So, so we have a fire emoji command. If there's a fire emoji, something will happen. That's what we have. And if I can just double check that the chat box toast should be on. Filters. Opacity should be at 1. So if you send a fire emoji, after I add a core command triggered any fire. Okay, if you just type a fire into the chat, we should hear a sizzle sound. Bought a Raspberry Pi, turning it into a Minecraft server. That's awesome! I want to start messing with a Raspberry Pi. I really want to get one so I can start messing with one, because that would be sick. Oh yeah, you just reminded me. I have to set up, I have to set up all my other overlays too, because I'm not getting any notifications when people like follow or anything. I might go do that real quick. Give me just a sec. Not over there. Turn off the display for a sec so I'm not flashing all my information here. I think it's in Streamlabs that I use. Like Streamlabs dashboard. Log in. Twitch. Alert box. There we go. We're gonna do all of our own eventually, but you know. Oh my gosh, Kevin. Who followed? Was that a, oh my gosh, it was just a test? Oh, that scared the heck out of me. Who is this Kevin fella? Okay, I have to make a new nested scene. Call it, Twitch overlays. And then within Twitch overlay, we need to add a ton of browser sources. So this is follow. Isn't there one that just like combines them all? So there's one for like subscription. Oh, okay. It is just the alert box. Okay, good, good, good. And this, I need this too. Whoops. This one is this. And I need another browser source for, alerts. Copy this. There we go. Those should be set, hopefully. And now if I go back over here and add that in here. Twitch overlay. Actually, we can just pack that into the nested scene for gaming overlay. Saves a little bit of resources. Now if I go do like a test follow. Oh. It's doubled. I see. Okay, okay. So I only need the one. Cool. Good to know. Only need the one alert box. That's good to know. There we go. Now we're set. We're cool. I forgot I had to bring that back. Okay. Karina, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Toasty Bunch. I hope you enjoy your stay. Oh, congrats on your birthday, Legoshi. Oh my gosh. I have a lot to look at, and I cannot look at chat very often. I'm sorry. Should have bought an extra keyboard. Oh, no. That sounds annoying, yeah. I mean, you can get one of those, like, mini keyboards, you know? And Ethan, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Toasty Bunch. Hope you enjoy your stay. Peak stream. This is Scuffed Stream Central. Can I get a fire emoji in chat real quick? I wasn't able to check earlier if it actually went through. It's okay. I can test it. I can test it myself. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. That's a good thing to do. Smart. Okay, well, it didn't trigger, so that's interesting. I thought. It should be the same fire emoji for everyone, right? Like if I just do this. Yeah, that works. What the heck? For some reason when Chaotic did it, it didn't work. I bet I know why. Commands fire. YouTube message. That should work. No, that should work. Allow all, yeah. That should work. Hi, Vincent. Welcome in. Okay. Hi. I haven't acknowledged you. I'm sorry. But please don't spam. It can contribute to me not being able to see everybody's message. And I'd like to see as many people's unique messages as I can, so I can address chatters individually. So. Oh, well, that's mean. One of my first rules of chat, in fact, is show respect. Respect comes easy. Please demonstrate respect. Okay, well, I need to do some more tests, I think. I need help for these. I need somebody who can just, like, just dump fire emojis into the YouTube chat. Because it works in the Twitch chat. Can I have anybody else on Twitch chat send a fire emoji real quick? So we can just verify that it works? Because once we've verified that it works, we can actually work into, like, the nitty-gritty of it. There we go. Thank you, Kopshi. So, it works on Twitch just fine. YouTube? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, YouTube doesn't work. Weird. It says it does. It says it should. Oh, I know why. I know why. It's because I'm stupid. It's okay. I'm only stupid on Fridays. But this is a special exception. So the reason I'm stupid today is because I didn't connect StreamerBot to my YouTube account. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay. We'll make it work. I agree. You broadcast your account. Sign in with QKL. There's a cat. Continue. Continue. There we go. Try authorizing again. What the heck? Logged in successfully. Sweet. Boom. Okay, awesome. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I can change information. Oh my gosh, I can change information through StreamerBot. That makes it so nice. Okay, cool. So now it should work. If you put a fire emoji in the YouTube chat. Hello, Xander. Do you want to try throwing a fire emoji in the... Yes, and I am a furry. Do you want to try throwing a fire emoji in the YouTube chat? We're testing some things. Yes, it works! I think. Let's go. Okay, so we got that set up. The next thing is, like, computing the actual, like... the fun logic. This logic's gonna be most fire streams of sure. Okay. We've confirmed that it works. It's gonna be a bit before I can figure out how to make it work in the TikTok chat because I have to like make a TikTok bot because I basically have to. I don't even know how I'm gonna do it. I need help. If there's anybody who knows somebody who's like been able to work with like TikTok for stream connection that doesn't do Tickfinity, that'd be great because Tickfinity is annoying. And I don't like it. Frankly, I don't like it. I don't like that you can only have 5 commands in the chat. I want more. I don't want everything to be run through gifts. That's annoying. So yeah, if you know a guy, let me know. No, projects take priority, Kopchi. Don't you worry. I get it entirely. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is delete this. We're gonna create a second if-else in here. We're actually gonna create global real quick. So what we need to do is we need to take a global variable, create a new one, and we're gonna call this burn. We're gonna call this burn buffer. Value is going to be set to 0 right now because it's just going to be a numerical count. So we have that now, so we can use that. So the next thing we need to do is add a core logic if inside of the if else. So right now we're just gonna L equals L. Great. Or we're gonna actually make this not true, so if L equals N. So we have a nested if-else sequence here. So if, right? So, great. The reason we need to do this is because we need to check if the burn buffer, so if the opacity for the toast is max, it starts a second if-else sequence. Does that make sense? So if this goes from false to true, which it will once you get the opacity up over to 100, it will start a second if-else sequence that asks if, and now we need to get that variable we just made. So we go to core global get, and I need to remember how this works real quick. So if we go to this global get, we need to get to the variable, like this is the actual variable, and this is what we are renaming it as. So we use this get global, and we take the variable name burn buffer, and destination variable will be buffer, right? So we're gonna get this immediately, and this is what we're gonna pass. So if that variable burn buffer, oh, it's just buffer, right? Buffer. If variable buffer is greater than 19, if it gets to 20, right? It will add right. We need to go back and grab the audio source again. So if it's greater than 19, it will play not the rupee, but the lava sizzle sound effect. And it will add OBS source, set source to visibility state. We're gonna need a few of these. Then we go into chat box. Chat host burnt needs to be visible. And we need a few of these. So it's also going to set I mean, it doesn't really matter because it overlays all these, but it needs to set, which one of these is which? Oh god. Oh god, I'm being stupid again. Chat box. Okay, so we have chat burnt, chat toast burnt, chat toast.png, chat. Okay. So chat and chat burnt are what we're looking at here. So it needs to take chat and make it hidden, and then it needs to take chat burnt and make it visible. It's effectively all it needs to do, right? And if false, it takes that global, set, it increments it by a 1. It increments variable burn buffer by 1. There we go. So now, all we need to do is adjust the filter on the toast, because the opacity up increments it by a value. So now, we're adjusting it by 10% at a time, but that's only 10 fire emojis. And what if I want like 50? We're gonna do 0.2. 50 fire emojis, and if you go over by 20, if you go to 70, it burns it. So that's probably, we'll see how that goes. So we'll reset it now, and it'll make it nice and bakies. Yeah. And now we just have something that reads whether it's cooked enough or not. And now you can just cook the chat. You can cook the chat with fire emojis. I think that's it. I think that's literally the whole setup right there. Yeah, that works. Theoretically, it should work. And now all we need to do is add a condition. We're gonna call this startup. I'm actually gonna put like a couple of these so it stays at the top. To OBS. Add OBS. Streaming started. Connection. Great. Okay, then that's going to, we're going to add core global. Set variable name. It's gonna set it back to 0 every time we start a stream. It's actually just going to like run. We're gonna make a group. We're gonna call this burn. We're gonna call this chat reset. Set. So it's gonna reset the buffer to 0. It's going to add OBS Studio. Source, set source visibility state. It's going to set burnt to hidden. Okay, it's got to set. Let's do what it needs to hide first. It needs to ensure that chat burnt is also hidden. It needs to ensure that chat is visible. Because those are the only values we've changed so far. Nothing else should have to change, because everything else is just an overlay in values, right? So that should be a pretty simple setup like that. It also needs to take the source filter in chatbox toast chat toast. It needs to run opacity reset. And there we go, it'll reset it back to 0. And now, you can cook the chat. Theoretically. Again, it takes 50 fire emojis, so it's spammable. Now I can catch up with chat, sorry. Cheese cat. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Cheese, I just learned how to do something awesome with the chat. I'm so glad you're here to see this. Yeah, stream about stuff. Let's go. Set the image source file. What do you mean set the image source file? What do you mean by that? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm catching up. Don't worry. Gonna lose power due to lightning? Oh, hope the best for you, Chaotic. Yeah, you see what I'm doing. You see what I'm doing. Incremental toast. Yeah, so what it does, and it only reads one per message, but you know, the more fire, the better, you know? And we can check the progress on that. If we go to action history, we can see that Toast Chat, if we inspect the variables after run, we can see input, and then we can find OBS opacity is now at 10%. And then if we check the one before it, it's at, yeah, it's going up by 2% every message. So that's 50 fire emojis. Quick math. And the reason that we did it this way is because you can use an OBS RAW request to get info on a specific filter that you have set up. So in this case, my filter name is opacity, right? And in OBS, we have, in the chat box, we have a filter, a move value filter that ups the opacity of the opacity filter. So if we're just reading this line here, we can see, we can detect whether this is at 1 or not. The reason I had to do it this way is because you can overload the opacity with a move source filter. That is, you can go over the maximum value. So we can shoot it up to like 3 or 4 if we want. And I don't want it to do that. I want it to hit 1 and then stop. So we take that variable that gets sent to StreamerBot from the raw data request, and we say, okay, if it's greater than 0.9999, which is 1, by the way, then do nothing. Well, don't update the value anymore, right? So it stops doing that action that ups the opacity, and it starts doing a different sub-action. So that's why we have it all packed up like this. That's the logic. I sound laggy? Do I? Do I sound bad? Been in a crazy storm. Yeesh. That's yikes. Florida? Anyway, I do hope that's for you, Chaotic. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're all set up for, like, hard storms, of course. I'm sure you have precautions in place. Playing Roblox, that's a cool thing to do. It's a cool thing to do while you enjoy a Toasty the Cat nerd stream. I need, like, nerd glasses on my characters for streams. Like, I have nerd glasses on my Mayu, but I should put nerd glasses on my character, like, the square nerd glasses on my characters for, like, these streams where we do, like, behind the scenes. Isn't it cool? Thank you. That's kind of all I wanted to do. I really just wanted you to be able to cook the chat as stream goes on, and it can be a fun little chat activity that you do, like, you know, that you get to do. And now, because I said I wanted to start future-proofing stuff, we can export this. I gotta figure out how to do this real quick, so just because I don't know what it's gonna display here, I can export that Toast Chat. So this will be Toast Chat, Toast Chat setup. Exports, or I'll call this presets. So now, if I want to import that to my other OBS setup, all I have to do is make sure all the naming conventions are the same, and then basically import the folder I have for, because they're eventually going to be merged, I import the folder I have for this OBS setup, and I basically duplicate the scene collection and the scene setup, and then boom, bada bing, bada boom, it just works because it has all the resources it needs packed into one nice little folder. That was the goal. The YouTube type bar has an actual character limit. Probably a lot bigger than we think it is. Only a backup plan's in Java Kayak. Oh my god. That's one hell of a backup plan. I wish you luck. Where it all began. I found a cheese cat comment on YouTube from 2 years ago. Imagine that, because if you don't know, Nutty. Probably the best streaming resource you could use for like StreamerBot stuff if you want to be a nerd and like be really good at streaming. Nutty has the best stuff I've ever found. Just a quick shout out to a really, really good streaming YouTuber. So yeah, if you want to like an upstart in like doing StreamerBot stuff like we've been doing, that's what I'd recommend. That was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the hard thing for me was like, man, how? Well, there were two things that were a hang up, right? The first hang up was like, how do I get the information from OBS about a filter? Because I didn't know that you could just do it with a raw request. Turns out, thanks to the StreamerBot documentation, you can just send a raw request to get the filter information for a source, which is really nice and easy. And then StreamerBot automatically parses that as values that you can, values that you can use for actions, which is awesome. All you need to do is like call that, or all you need to do is like trigger the action to get the OBS raw info, and then you can use those for anything you need. So that was one of the things I was like trying to work out. And the other thing was like, how am I going to read fire emojis from the chat? Like I might still work out a secondary way to do this, because I'm willing to bet Caster Labs stores chat information somewhere. But like, I need to find that file, and then I need to implement a file watcher to catch whenever there's a fire emoji put into my chat there. There might also be a better way. Like, I might be able to just take the link for the chat and then somehow run that through like a command line that I make myself. I might actually make another app to like be a link watcher for this chat, because I've learned that you can also, that like I have another app that like can read the chat and put it as an overlay. Doesn't actually look very good, so I kind of don't use it. But the fact that it can take a link from any source and process it as a chat means that I can read from that myself somehow. And all I need to do is piece 2 and 2 together and create like a program that can like consistently read from the link source that is my chat, and like search for a single emoji instead, like like any message that has this emoji. And that would also let me include TikTok into it. So there's a path that I can see. That's just going to be a lot of work, but it'll be worth it. It won't be worth it. Oh, you think I have a good voice for voiceovers? That's so nice. I really wish I could do more like voiceover stuff. Or like, I wish I could do more like long-term, like long-form content stuff. I just don't know where to apply that. not gonna lie. Maybe I should make StreamerBot tutorials. Maybe I should be the furry StreamerBot creator. Who knows? Because like I keep discovering all this new stuff, and it's like, wow, I wish more people did this. Like after finding like I'm gonna call you out, Cheese, again if you're still here. After figuring out like what Cheese Cat's been able to do with StreamerBot, it's like I'm seeing like there's so much potential here. There's so much potential that like everybody could like use. And it takes a lot of research, but being able to show off more stuff like tutorial format would be really cool. Like take for instance, the Meower leaderboard that I set up. There was nothing that was good info for teaching me how to do that. There was like a single like 20 seconds of a YouTube video that gave me the aha moment I needed, but I had to hunt it down after like hours. I found a single like YouTube video with 20 seconds of information that gave me exactly what I needed to be able to do that. And man, it would be cool to like save somebody that trouble if they wanted to like create a leaderboard for anything in their chat. Unfortunately, doing that requires a lot of global variables. And there's no way to like create a like folder for global variables. Which would be nice if you could like pack variables into a folder somehow. And like have, you know, just organization would be nice for the global variables when you're using like 50 of them at once. And again, I guess that's not something everybody really has to think about. Anyway, the next thing we're gonna work on is the VTuber, because I want to make their I just want to make them look cute. I want to fix them up, make them look real nice. And one of those involves redoing everything again. So we got their eyes set up, we got their skin set up, we got their fluff set up. I think. Yeah, we got their fluff set up. We need to get their... This is the Lumi ears. Forgive me, I'll have to check chat just every now and then. When I get a sec. This looks a little yucky like this. We're gonna need to do some real work to fix you up. Boom. So yeah, VNyan is really cool because it lets you use custom shaders. So it lets you, I can use like, oh, I didn't know this had like the cool grooves on them. Wow. So like I can use my shader setup that I prefer for my Gubastera. Oh, is this like the, oh, this was the ears. Why did I put the tail on it? There we go. So I can set up this Poyomi shader however I like, and then I can use that for VNyan. And I like Poyomi for a few reasons, you'll see. Some things that I need to implement on all of my other avatars still. Pause. I have no context to know if somebody's hating on me or not, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that doesn't look so bad. Well, I don't like the look of the shaders. I've been kind of always offset by like a realistic shader, like this, where it's smooth and you can see like all the contours. It looks nice, don't get me wrong. Oh no, it's texturing error that I didn't catch. Aww. And I'm in no place to go fix that right now. That sucks. I knew I'd find one. There's always at least something. Because, like, in order to have the little white, like, stripes, I just overlaid the same mask of stripes. I should have underlaid it and just deleted these ones. The pink, like, version of those. That would have been very smart. Oh, yeah, but it put, like, an ugly white cast underneath, and I didn't like that. So overlaying it and just erasing was smart, but I missed a spot. What can you do? That's okay, though. Now we get to do the fun part, which is actual shader work. Can you eat the hair? What the heckies? No! No, you may not. I like shade maps. I like flat shading. I think it looks nice. So all we have to do is adjust the shade color down a little. And once that compiles, you'll see. See? They look cute. And we add the lighting back. I don't like how yellow this is. This is like super yellow. I was supposed to mimic like sunlight, but man, not a fan. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see. Ew, the eyes look so bad right now. Now we can see color's about where I want it. See, it adds cool, like, soft shadows. We can adjust, like, the harshness of these shadows if we want to make them, like, a Telltale character. Or we can just have, like, nice little soft shadows like this, which I kind of like. So let's start by taking this shade color value. Actually, what if it was, like, B1 instead? Yeah, I think that's what I have it by default in VR. So don't worry about the emissions yet, we'll get there. Shading, shade map. It's also because I didn't have an excuse. I didn't have time to work on it yet today, so it's nice to take the excuse while I'm already doing like a behind the scenes stream, you know? I'd love to be playing Crystella, but there's no way we're finishing it if there's a boss. Gotta make sure we tick use shade map as, use base map as first shade map, and it makes the shadows just look a bit more natural. Well, it makes them use like the texture, as shade. So it just like applies this as like a multiply over the existing texture. I'm not sure exactly the math there, but yeah. It works. Instead of just replacing it outright, you know? Oh, that's probably because there's an emission on them. Yeah, it's because there's an emission on the eyes. They show through a little bit over the top, but yeah, you know what I mean. So we can just kind of go over everything and just make sure it has the right shading for my tastes. That's what we want. Should adjust the fluff to match, and then we gotta do... Oh, it's gonna chunk a little bit here and there. Back on the road. Thank you, cheese. I also love the Goobasterin. I just can't get it to look exactly how I want it so easily, you know? It's gonna take a little bit. This, I could do work like this for you too, Cheese, if you ever want a 3D model. If you said you found an avatar you like, you can link it to me. If you ever want just a VTuber version of it too, I can just take the VRChat files and rig it up for you. I've learned that it's actually a lot quicker process than I thought it was, due to some cool things that VNyan does, but that's only assuming you'd use VNyan. If you're using like VC Face or anything else for a 3D model, it'd be tougher. I digress. Not gonna have service in like 5 seconds, that's fair. Yeah, this is like my ballpark. I love working on anything that's like a 3D model kind of stuff. I love working in Unity. Unity is like my pride and joy here, my bread and butter. So, you know, if you give me more excuses to play around in Unity, I'll never complain. I might ask for streamer bot favors here and there in return, but you know, you've helped me plenty when it comes to stuff like that. And even by that, like, non-intentionally, I've just copied some of the stuff you made. I've taken inspiration. Okay, I've taken inspiration. It's not a direct copy, but still, it's nice to have inspiration. Also, I forgot to have to check the whiskers, because... It really doesn't like to track that, now that I see it. We might have to do some cross-comparison real quick with the Mayu to make sure I'm tracking all the right blend shapes that I need. It's gonna be some back-end stuff. I mean, Aspa, but I figured... I mean, I have been busy with PC problems, but, you know, we come back, baby. We come back. Learned about the spout, and you already did some experimenting with putting yourself on an OBS stage. Oh, that's so cool. Heck yeah. Oh, spout too? Like, are you using VNyan? Like, genuine question. Because, genuinely, the spout 2, like, setting for, like, the spout 2 plugin, is so good. Or you mean, like, VR chat stuff. Spout 2 is so good. It cuts back on so many resources, even for the VR chat camera. It's so nice. Like, it's so good. You know? Let me... Just realized I want to check my messages. I might have flashed my messages already. Sorry about that. Hope I didn't. Just 'cause... I don't want to reveal my messages to you. You don't deserve it. There we go. Hoping I didn't flash my messages out in the void. Whatever. Somebody would have yelled at me if I did, I'm sure. Gosh, you have to show me some of the stuff you're experimenting around with. And another cool thing, I've been recruited into a project that I'm very excited for. I don't know how much I can say about it right now, but just know it's going to be a very big project with a lot of creativity put into it. I'm excited. Okay, so we've replaced all the main textures. Like we got like the whiskers here, I think. What is this? Nose matte? Oh, well that's the physical nose. We can actually take the whisker material here, too. Not that it's going to be, like, super needed or anything. Let's also update this to a new Poyomi. So we can get it the same texture. I just prefer the whiskers to be, like, a darker color, honestly. I think they look better like that. Although I might make them, like, white at the base and then, like, fade into black. Like, but that's nothing I can do right now, unfortunately. Shade map. Tick. Tick. Now, they have the subtle shade to them that you can't even see. Excuse me, my gosh. Next thing I think would be fun is glitter, maybe. Hello, Luna. Welcome in. How are we doing? What programs do I use to mess with Abby stuff? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. This is gonna require some real walking in. It depends. In what sense? Like VR chat? Do you mean like what I'm doing right now, or for stream stuff specifically, or like? Because there's a lot of answers here. Oh, sorry. And one of those answers is just Unity. I use Unity a lot. You need, there's an app called VRChat Creator Companion that you use to like work with VRChat avatars directly. It's an offshoot of the Unity Hub that is specifically built for VRChat. And there's a fork of the VRChat Creator Companion called Alcom, A-L-C-O-M, that I use that is a lot just more streamlined and user-friendly, I think. It's like a direct upgrade. So I'd recommend Alcom first. You know, Substance Painter if you want to do texture work, or just pay somebody to do that part for you if you don't want to worry about it. I use VNyan for the VTuber stuff. VNyan has a ton of usability. There's so much you can do with VNyan, and I have barely scratched the surface of what you can do with it. It's crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once. Blender, you can use Blender for modeling, and like basically just modeling and like kit bashing, cool stuff like that. Being able to like mess with your model physically. Blender's a nightmare though. Blender's really scary, so you know that's a slow process for me for sure. Started learning how to do renders. Need to get back into that when I can. Another thing I'm sad I can't do as much anymore. I really wanted to get back into my rendering thing. My next render idea was it's gonna be so fun. Blender is so complicated, okay? There's so much stuff in Blender. Picking it up like as a newbie is like, it's like being thrown in the ocean and just being told like, here, swim, you know? Oh, buddy, where am I going? But it's fun. It's fun. What else do I use here? I use Krita. It's like you could use like Photoshop, but Krita is like a free alternative to Photoshop. It's kind of low end, so it's not like super complicated or has like a ton of features, but it's got enough for me. So let's also move that. There we go. If I try to make something in Blender, I mean, I've already made something in Blender. I mean, I've made my first render I was super proud of. Do you want me to like show you? I'll put it in my server, but I can like bring it up on the stream real quick if you want to see, because I'm really proud of my first render, and I think it's going to be a good launching point for what my next idea is going to be. I'm going to recreate the Wind Waker box art. That's it. But yeah, I was so happy with how my first render turned out. Like, I didn't think I would make it that far. And gosh, shader work in Blender is it's a whole other beast. Let me tell you, it's insane. It's insane. There's so much into it, and it's so fun, but it's so time consuming. Save this somewhere. Is it not gonna tell me where I can save it? Did it just like put it in my downloads or something? No. Okay, Discord. There we go. Now it's opening it. Now it's opening all the windows at once. Oh my gosh. It's called Baby's First Render. So yeah, my first render looks like this. Where did it save to? I thought it saved to this full. What the heck? Where did it save to? Huh? Oh god. Oh, it saved a toasty art. Okay, that's where. Okay. There it is. Boom. It's so big. Oh my gosh, I rendered it such a high resolution. Yeah, this is it. This is my first little render I did. I was very proud of it. Yeah. It's kind of simple. The posing took a bit to figure out, but once I did, it was pretty intuitive actually. Being able to cycle between like IK and FK posing was super useful. I didn't know they had a built-in feature for that, but it saved me so much time and effort. And that's crazy. Furry tank. And also, that's insane for you to say. Here, I'll show it on TikTok as well. Yeah, baby's first render. I was pretty proud of it. I did a lot of looking up stuff to figure it out. Also, when are we collabing? When are we doing a proper collab Russian furry tank? This is it. This is the first render. Very happy. He's a calm little goober. I see a lot of people doing like realism, and I really want to get good at like the toon style, like, you know, flat cell shaded and like toon, like cartoon effects. That's why I like doing the stuff that you see me doing on my model right now, shader wise. We're gonna do a lot more of that in just a sec. Your first render. So I want to do more of it. Oh, that's really cute. What the heck? Bleh. No, that's cute. I like that. I'm realizing I could have set it to my banner. I could have set mine to my banner. I probably will. Yeah. It's cute. I like it. That's usually how it starts. You get bored and you're like, I wonder if I can pull that off, and then you do. And you're like, oh man. Ban that man. Ban him. I'm gonna do custom ban animations eventually too. Like, I want to give Hammer to Blue that just goes tung and like squishes the name of whoever he bans on screen. Like a shame. Like, yeah, like a corner for shame. Shame on yous. The next essential thing for my avatar are outlines. And fortunately, we don't have to worry about any of the bugs that I experience in VR with the outlines, so should just be able to make them local. Doesn't matter if they're local or global. I think local will be fine. We're gonna make them black, and we're going to scale them down to 0.2, I think. Yeah, that gives like a nice toon look, you know? And because we already have all this here, we don't need all this extra like scuff fluff, I don't think. Because I kind of want them to just look drawn. I don't want to like, I don't really like these harsh lines that we're seeing here, you know? So what I might do is we can go to the outline Z offset here. We can change this to like, oh, it's different than it used to be. We can change this to like probably 10 then. And it only shows these outlines on the after a specific depth. That's what it does. So they kind of cut into each other like that, you know? So we're not seeing that like gross lines here, we just see it around the outside of the model. So we can see it over here, that with the legs specifically, that there's a certain depth that it's allowed to read for those outlines. And I think we are going to increase that even to like 15. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Or, you know, actually 10 was pretty good. I think 12. 10 was fine. 10 was fine. Because I kind of like having the, oh, maybe that's why we make it like world-based then. Kind of like the, when you go close to inspect. Yeah, 10 looks like it's fine. We'll see when we do it on all of them. So, world 0.2, black 10. Don't need to worry about the eyes, because the eyes are never going to be outlined. Unless we, like, view them from this angle, but what does it matter? At that point, like, who's gonna notice, you know? 0.2, we change them to black, and then we fix the Z offset to 10. And there we go. Right, local is based on the mesh data. World is based on, is a global outline thickness. So if we were to do local, if the texture UV for this mesh was smaller than the texture UV for this mesh, the outlines would be bigger. That's how it works. So we want it to be world, so we have a consistent outline thickness. Does that make sense? Goob! Hi, Faster, welcome in. I'm nerding out about shaders now. I'm always nerding out about something. Next is the ears. Let's make the ears look good. We might play around with rim lighting a little, but I think I just want the outlines and the shading for the most part, and everything else will be fine. I'm gonna make these like 5 or 2. I kind of like how it like really digs into the to the fluff on the ears. I'm not gonna lie, I might keep it like that actually. Cause like, yeah, I kind of really like how it digs into the fluff on the ears with the outlines. I think we're gonna keep the outlines to be really thick on the ears so it shows off the fluff like that. Or not to be thick, but to be like super present. So there's not gonna be any like Z outline like writing. Which you're gonna notice right here shows more than you'll expect it to, but that's okay. It doesn't actually look bad like that at all. That's the cool thing about having the separated meshes, honestly. Because now we don't need an outline mask at all. We can just do that, and it looks good. Oh, Faster, spam flame emojis in the chat for a little bit. Watch what happens. We did something cool. We need 50 to finish the quota of the stream. Okay, so after the ears is the tail. There we go, and then it just like has that outline to it. It's very nice, it's very satisfying to look at. Makes them look toon, which is exactly the aesthetic I want. Now we need to copy it onto the paws as well. TBH, we can keep it on the paws like this too. Well, that's the problem actually, it cuts off, yeah. We want to keep the Z offset the same. I just don't like that because I like that it showed off the toes, but it's okay. Toesy woesies. It's okay, this looks fine. This looks good. I like that. Do we need to have outlines on the whiskers? No, it can't hurt. It'll look fine. It'll make him look a little thicker. A little more prominent. Yeah, maybe we don't have the outlines on the whiskers. They already look prominent enough, don't they? Remove the thumbs up button and replace it with a heart. Oh my gosh, hearts. Hearts are better though. 100 XP. There's XP on YouTube? This is news to me. I really don't know how YouTube works. Fans? Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, I have no clue. I have no clue how YouTube chat works, really. What kind of stuff can you even do on the YouTube chat? I don't know. Figure it out eventually. Another thing it might be nice to add is we can add like, yeah, we can add like an environmental rim if I want rim lighting. The only difference for me is like normally like a rim is like super faded and makes things look like it adds that realism back that I don't really like. But that's why we can up the rim sharpness to be super sharp and powerful with just like a little bit of softness. We can change the brightness threshold. I see, interesting. We can up the rim width to be just like that. And then we have a really fine rim, which is again in line with a very toony aesthetic. If we do make it very fine, yeah, I don't mind like the environmental rim, I don't think. It just needs a bit of adjustment for me to really like it. Oh. Aggressive with it. Like, where did it come from? So shiny out of nowhere. For nothing. Blur it out. Nice dither that it needs. Trying to really find it. It's very subtle, you know? Like, yeah, it's super subtle. I kind of like how subtle it is. It's right here. You can really see it like that. Also adjust it to like be a bit more like obvious. More width. More width means more sharpness is needed. Like that. But then it just acts as like a reverse shade map in a way, you know. So if we bring the shade back, kind of looks a bit weird. So I think just having it be what it needs to be, which is a rim light. I don't know. Having it be like very subtle is kind of nice, honestly. Just pops up at like specific angles. I don't think I mind that whatsoever. I don't know, maybe we don't mess with it for now. Looks like there's like one on the ears. Oh my gosh, hi, hello. That's fair chaotic. I am not a big YouTube nerd. Hello, Avila. Hello, Xander. Welcome in. Xander, if I scroll up just a little bit, yeah, I see where the fellow is playing Roblox. We're working on a model right now for the VTubing, and just making it look decent and good and nice and toony. I think the outlines are a good step in the right direction. The rim light might be good, but I think I need to revisit it another time. Right now what I want to do is this something we're going to have to start with on the fluff, because doing it on the head and the tail is going to be a little out of the way. It's going to be a little bit of a process. Poyomi has a really cool special effect for glitter / sparkles. And I really like glitter on the fluff. I think it's really cute. Oh, gosh. So all we have to do is change the parts to 1000, because I want a lot of glitter. As you can see, it's very glittery now. Very glittery fluff. But there are some cool settings we can adjust here. Like, I believe, we can hide it in the shadow. So when it's exposed to light, you don't see the glitter. When you see it in the shadow, you do. Skill with lighting. Oh. I think if we change this to replace. Yeah, I really want it to be like light-based. Can change the max brightness. If we do subtractive. Doesn't really seem to be changing much. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be changing much when I want to do that post contrast. Whoa. Let's not mess with that quite. The bias we can mess with. Whoa. Jesus. Need normals. Layers. Oh. Probably better to keep that as this. I wonder if this shows it a little better. Oh, it's hide and shadow. That's not what we want. We want the opposite. So you'll see hide and shadow. It just makes it invisible when it's not exposed to shadow. I thought it would be really cool if, like, we did the opposite and had it, like, only show up when there was, like, a shadow. I have no clue how we'd do that. Scale with lighting, maybe? Nah. Guess it's something we can't quite do. The random variants of how bright they can be, basically. That's not so bad. Kinda cute. You can also change the color. And if you know me, you know I like pink. This is where replace comes in handy. Makes them all pink. But that's too pink. We want kind of a soft pink, I think. Enough that you can tell it's intended to be pink, but it's not like overpowering. Look at that, pink sparkles. I gotta be close to see them. So that's kind of a problem. It's okay, we can adjust the size just a tad to make it a little more obvious from afar that they're there. There we go, if you zoom in, see them in all their glory. Cute, right? Toast! Oh my gosh, bread. Bread! I love bread. Okay, next is the hair. If I want to do these sparkles all over across all the fluff, we need next to be the hair rizzles. And in order to do that, I have to create a custom mask, which isn't going to be too hard. It's just going to be a tad bit annoying. So I have to open up Krita. You remember one of the apps I said that I use? Krita, the fake Photoshop. Don't mind the window changing real quick while I drag this over here as a new dock. If I had another monitor, I'd just do this on the other monitor, but it's fine. I'm going to take everything that isn't the hair. You're not going to see this part. I'm just going to delete it. Oh, that was so clean, too. It works so well. Oh my gosh. W Krita moment. Working exactly as intended. Delete everything that doesn't include the hair pieces. These are pieces of the hair, I guess. Unless those are pieces of the eyes. They are not, question mark. They're just in a very weird situation. Weird position. I can lock the alpha. Set the color to white. And then I can color everything else in blank. And then I save it as body glitter. Now we have a body glitter mask. It'll save here. And it'll import it. Now we can just go into here. I believe we can actually even take the glitter, copy. Copy glitter sparkle. We can go into the body. Go into glitter sparkle. Paste it. It'll paste all the values. And we'll see it all over the body, so just don't freak out. Yeah, Critter or Gimp. Those are the two good apps for this. Trust. We see a copy all over the body, but we don't want it all over the body. We just want it on the hair right there. That's the only place we need it. So how do we fix that? Well, I just made this little mask. We'll find masking, glitter mask. Bam. And now it's only on the hair. Also notice it's a little bit bigger than it is on the fluff, so we're just going to reduce the size just a little to make a match. Actually, a better way to do that would be to let's fix that. A better way to do this would be to adjust the density just a little bit and probably make it like 1200. Because then it'll look like it has the same density as the fluff. Don't ask me why that's how it works, just know that is. I also do something with like the actual like geometry. Now we can do the same thing with the tail. We take the tail and we just like subtract the actual tail part, everything that isn't the fluff, and we turn it into another mask. So give me just a sec to make that. Wow, that worked immediately. That's pretty cool. I was scared because some of the fluff color is the same exact color as the rest, but it worked like a charm. Exactly as intended. And if it didn't, we'll fix it. Just remember, if you are putting it in Unity, always save it twice for some reason, because that's the only way it actually imports it for me, at least. So now we can take the Lumi tail. We can go into special effects, glitter, paste. I'll also put sparkle in the eyes, probably. So we see sparkles everywhere. And we just go into the masking, pop this guy on, and yeah. Not that you'll see the tail very much, but it's nice to have it there, you know? And yeah, I think we got something here. I think we got it. Is there anything else I should add to this to make it like the ears? There's something about the ears I need to inspect. Yeah, they have an environmental rim on them. Does everything have an environmental rim? Yeah. Honestly, yeah, we might add that back. It's not bad, I just want to make it a little sharper, so. Yeah, apparently setting up servers in general is just really hard. So I've come to learn. Not something I can do very easily. Yeah, see how this environmental rim is super soft and brings back that 3D shape that I'm trying to avoid? We're just gonna turn up the rim sharpness. And that's gonna fix that. And now they look nice and toony again. And we're gonna turn down the width just a little. There we go. Proper stylized environmental rim done. Then we just add this property to everything that has an environmental rim on it. We have a super stylized rim. On top of the shadows. Cute, right? Cute and cool. Now they look like cartoon. Cartoon character, my little cartoon. Bring that lighting back on. See how they look. Yo, Vincent. How's it going? The chat is toasting. There we go. It's my little cube. So now we can export them again with the VNyan SDK. Oh, right. I also wanted to... Well, it's too late now. I'll have to check their face tracking next time. Not tomorrow, though. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing Halo Infinite with Blarch and Wift. And maybe Faster? If we can get Faster in on it. Faster Food, you still in chat? You did it? Oh, congratulations. Huzzah. Huzzah. That's what we like to hear. There we go. That's how we do it. Okay. So now we go back into my... Stream stuff, VNyan avatars. Toasty Goob. V2. There we go. Also, hello, abbreviation. How's it going? Give them a test, and then I'll be ready to round out the stream. Call it a day. Hoping to do more VR chat stuff, but VR chat is really not liking OBS on my laptop, so we might have to wait until... We might have to wait a few until my new GPU comes in. Oh, right, we have to lock all the shaders too. I forgot about that part. Export failed? Yeah, no wonder. So what we can do is we can go up to Thry editor. Oh, material lock manager is what we need. Chungus, okay. Yeah, I fried my GPU. Oh, Kopshi, you didn't hear the news? Oh. My GPU got fried. Yeah. So, like, most content's on kind of a back burner for now. Namely, that collab that we did during Virality that I was going to post the third part. I was supposed to post the third part of this Friday, and I haven't even been able to post the second part of it. Ugh. So you always have two GPUs. Okay. Well, fortunately for me, I do have a second GPU in my laptop. It's just not one that I can exactly extract and put into my PC. So, we're on my laptop for now. Yeah. What's the bread at? Let me see how many fires we had so far. We're gonna try and find a sweet spot for how many like fire emojis we need in chat. I was hoping it'd be like really spammed for a moment, but maybe we'll add some more next time. Yeah, it's at 24. There have been 12 fires set. Maybe we do up it to 5. It's only 5 fires are needed. That's gonna scale the burn though. Gonna scale the burn down to 10. Maybe even 5. Or maybe I leave it at 50 and just hope that it's spammed at the beginning of every stream. If you're gonna spam anything, spam a fire emoji so we can toast the chat. That's allowed. And so is butter. Butter is allowed to be spammed. The exception of butter. Butter is made to be spammed. Fucking Albert Einstein. You are fucking Albert Einstein. Hello, Albert Einstein. Albert One Stone. How's it going? How does it feel to be a smart man, I guess? Pizza. Krillian. Oh my gosh, hi Krillian. How's it going? We're gonna lock all. It's gonna take a minute. Locking materials takes so long, by the way. BPT stands for Breaking Bad Tycoon. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. There's no proof. Oh yeah, chaotic, and it also doesn't read each individual fire emote, or I would make it like 200 or something. It reads every message with a fire emote. But yeah, I've added the functionality to toast the chat with fire emotes, so we know. So you're caught up to speed, Krillian. And it can burn if you do it too much. Oh yeah, and things are gonna get a little choppy because that's crazy. Things are gonna get a little choppy because I'm locking materials right now. Yeah, no worries. I just think it's a fun idea that if at the beginning of every stream, everybody just starts spamming fire when they come in, you know, to toast the chat, and then throughout the stream, it's toasted. Oh yeah, toasting the chat doesn't work right now. Sorry, it was supposed to be turned off, actually. Here, I can refund those points to you. Here you go. You can have that back. Rupees work, yep. Yeah, let me adjust those real quick while we're here. Smart costs for single default rewards. Interesting. Custom power-ups? Ooh. What? Custom reward to redemption alerts? Huh. Interesting. They've added so many things. Custom power-up. To interact with bits. Oh, we can do special stuff with bits. Oh, that's cool. I don't even know what we would do with, like, power-ups, but it would be cool to have a couple of those. Like, special stuff that, like, you know, gives, like, super specific stream events. If we wanted. Or, like, I don't know. I don't know what we could do with that. That sounds pretty cool. There we go. All materials are locked, and now we can finally... Did it just create a second one? They look like they're the exact same, so... I don't know. Export. V1.2. Now we can run the export, test it out, and then I gotta go! Hello, Q Johnson. Welcome back. You know, we're finishing up some, brief intermission. Well, brief intermission doesn't exist. I'm sorry. Because of my GPU getting fried, I don't have access to all the old redeems. We only have access to the rupee right now. We're gonna try and build some other ones for funsies to bring back into the main setup when I get it again. But yeah, things are a little borky right now. Hold on to your points. You'll be able to use them again. but remember to dump the rupees because I still want people to be able to get their free sub. I think it's only fair. Why was there an M-Tune shader on it? Where was that coming from? World will never know.
If you find noises you like and stuff, you don't really need theory.
Okay, I'll bring everything back as soon as I can. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your little head. Playing with tune shaders just take forever to get compiled. I should add cat to the tag. Yeah, let's update the tags a little bit while we're here. How do I even do that? Stream info. Cat to the tags. What other tags should I put? Oh, we've hit 10. Okay, we'll get rid of the pronouns. Could do like exclamation point pronouns for like toast and cat. Yeah, that's probably good. That's probably good. Yeah, toast. What furry tags can we put in here? Furry streamer, furry. Furry femboy? Oh my god, yes, yes, absolutely. Femboy needs to be in the tags. Okay, what can we get rid of here? We can get rid of the... I mean, I'm gay, but we can get rid of the gay tag because I feel like the femboy tag just makes something a little more obvious. There we go. I've updated the tags to make sense. Where's the femboy tag? This is taking way too long. My gosh. My friend's gonna be so mad at me. We're supposed to be in JoJo time right now. We're supposed to be watching JoJo's. Got me molding. Come on, Crody. Hurry up. Might send Gooners to the stream. I already get Gooners to the stream, unfortunately. I feel like putting wholesome should be like a... Yeah, wholesome might be like the essential one I need, actually. We're wholesome, not family friendly. I need to put that in chat, too. I need to make that like a, like a very obvious stream thing that I'm not family friendly, but I am wholesome. I like trains. I like trains. The operation completed successfully. I hope so. We're about to find out. Hey, look at me and my cool outlines. I look a lot nicer now. Don't I? Oh my gosh. I like it. It's cute. It's cute. The outlines are a lot better, I think. And the little rim line over there, you can see it kind of. You can see the shade. The shade map is really nice and well done. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. We also have to adjust the pupil size. That is going to be. Don't know where you went. It's gonna be something I can do right now, but something we'll have to implement next time. Larger eyes. We need to just be at like 80. Or you know what? We'll just make them as big as they get. Yeah, there we go. That's what we were missing. Pupil dilation too. Yeah. There we go. That's the goober. That's what we're missing. Cotton's supposed to have like huge eyes. Because they're silly. Okay, but that's it. That's it for stream. So I'm gonna go. I have to go. I have to go right now. I have to go yesterday, in fact. We had to go a long time ago. So I've been Toasty the Cat. Check the link tree in bio if you want to see anything that I do and the things and stuff that I do and the things and with the things and the stuff. And we're gonna raid anybody and anybody who comes up on my raid stream. We're gonna raid Kane. Kane is the first person to show up, and Kane is awesome to raid. They are doing a Be Right Back, I guess. They're playing Doom Eternal right now. 2 hours in, there they are. Hop in their stream, give them a few butters, because you have to have the butter emote, spam it in their chat, or some fire emotes if you want. Let them know who sent you, give them a good stream, and I will be live again tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST doing Halo Infinite with Blarch with maybe Faster Food. That's been all for me today, so until tomorrow, stay toasty, good night.